Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure you know a good bit about these, so it's not a big deal. Outside of
I
Nintendo
didn't even give my free agency thoughts.
I know, right? It's been having
There's
like
so much
2 weeks.
shit to talk about.
It's
I
like
know, right?
Bills has to do his soliloquy on the free agency period that
Fucking everything. Yeah,
it's kind of like taking place.
Yeah, it's like so much dumb shit done happened since he's been gone. So
fucking Tom Brady, everything.
Right. So like you like you've been in the dark for everything. So
Yeah, TB times TB.
Yeah.
And none of it says tuberculosis.
Yeah, we got another respiratory issue we dealing with. Ain't got nothing to do with TB.
Oh my god.
All right, y'all. This is episode 130 of the First and Framerates podcast. Myself, DJ81, Bills is actually in the building. So this is a loaded show. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Even with Bills here, we're going to touch on some things that we missed the past couple of weeks because he wasn't here. So it's going to be, this might be a long one. So strap up and enjoy the show.
That's what she said?
No. There's no women there's no woman strapping up. That's a whole different issue.
I was just saying.
If a woman is strapping up, that's a problem. That's a problem you might not want to have.
well, I mean, hey, you know, some dudes in this community, you know, that they act like they like that type of shit. So,
hey, to each his own, but just leave it over there with me. I'm not going that side. I'm good. But anyway, like I said, we have a loaded show. Like you see the topics. We're talking about the show, bat glitch. The Xbox Series X GPU code has actually been stolen. So, and it's been put on the internet. So we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk a little bit about Nintendo Direct. They got some interesting stuff that happened with the Switch and what their plans to do with their quote unquote console. So
this motherfucker Pooh came in here saying evening like he's running like a fucking late night like
it's
ABC News, right?
Like
evening,
tea time or something.
Yeah, evening. Like fuck.
Like one of them stuck up prude people.
Right. He said if
England.
Ridley just said, if she's strapping, I'm real. I don't know. I can perceive that one of two ways.
I'm not touching it at all. Literally,
I don't think anybody on this panel is touching it. Except,
literally,
Raven Nation. Yeah.
Well, anyway, like I said, Nintendo Direct did some pretty neat things, or what they're going to do with the Switch. So I want to touch on that for a second. Nevertheless, thanks to everybody who's been watching the episodes and sharing them, and a little bit of uptick on the download side when it comes to iTunes and not SoundCloud, but iTunes and Google Play. Thanks for that. And we want to just continue to grow. Also, Bills is back in the building, so I mean, I'm pretty sure you heard his voice already. And Bills, we're just gonna start off with you. How you been?
I've been on a goddamn 14-day quarantine, man. That's what I've been on.
Now, did the mayor put y'all on lockdown up there for the coronavirus?
Well, yeah, but beside that, the night before, I had like mild shortness of breath, so I went to the ER.
Oh.
And I had to get tested, and then ever since then I've been fine. But you know, better safe than sorry. So they put me on 14-day quarantine isolation, or until I get the results back. I feel like I don't have it. Even if I do, it's not going to change anything really. My symptoms haven't gotten any worse.
That's what I was saying about a lot of young people who may have it. Because there's another person on Twitter that I've been talking to. I don't want to put him out there like that, but he said he may have had it as well, but it's been very, very mild. So and he's just coming out. He says he's coming out of the back end of the disease. So he says like he's feeling better now, and then he's actually been back to work. So
yeah, I woke up to, just shortness of breath from like not doing anything, not running, not working out. So I was like, yeah, let me just go to the ER and see what's up.
Right.
I'll tell you what, that test is a bitch, bro.
Oh, really?
Dude, they take a Q-tip, and I don't know what they put on it, but they stick that bitch all the way up your nostril as far as you can go.
So it's kind of like a flu tip.
It fucking hurt. The flu one isn't that bad, though, because it's just a Q-tip. But the COVID test, they have something like a serum or something, and then they... it's awful, bro.
Because when I was sick last month, I had to get that flu test
Right.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Sucks.
Anybody who's like, yeah, let me go get tested. Yeah, you might want to think twice about it. If you don't have any symptoms, just chill out.
You just fall back, right? They see with me, I had chest pains earlier, about a week and a half ago, and I know that's not none of the symptoms, but you never know.
I'm about to say it was like,
well, look, man,
virus. Let's check for a heart attack or something.
We still don't know what all of the symptoms are. I mean, shit, they said diarrhea is the symptom,
right?
And they tell you the truth. Chest pain could be just like another version of. Well, it's pretty much like joint pains all over. It could be muscular, it could be skeletal.
Yeah, so muscular, skeletal, and it could be respiratory. It could be either one.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I didn't even get tested. I just stayed home from work. But come to find out, I'm not sick. I just been not getting it's just been lack of sleep. And
it also could be the way you're laying too. I know if you lay on your arm, like if you're laying to your side and you might lay on your arm and your chest is on your arm. I've woken up a couple times and been like, it's not even that I'm having trouble breathing. It's just like, it's weird. It's like you kind of feel like on your chest, not by your heart, but like the other side of your chest kind of feels like when you press on it a little bit.
Yeah, because mine is
even when you press on it, yeah.
See, mine is like mine was like around the sternum area, and I think I noticed it like when I wake up in the morning and I know I haven't got enough sleep, or when I'm about to go to sleep at night, and I was wondering like, is it the pollen in the air, whatever the case? Because when I went out, I started feeling it again, but every time when I wake up after getting a good bit of sleep, it went away. But the night when I try to stay up late, or if I get up early, because I get up early for work, I feel it then. And I was like, well, the past, maybe 5 days or whatever, 4 or 5 days, I've been getting enough sleep and I don't feel it at all. I'm good. Right. So I think it was just a lack of sleep because it always revolved around those two things. So,
it puts your immune system at risk every time if you go long days, or I should say long stretches without really getting a good night's sleep, that puts your resistance at a very low level too. So.
See, that's why I was saying, like at the very beginning when we started talking about it, was that the main thing was to keep your immune system strong. I'm like, whether you have underlying symptoms or whether you've had pre-existing conditions, it's always been key to like do things to help strengthen your immune system, because if all else fails, that is your last line of defense.
The three things mainly: you eat right, you be active, and you get some sleep. Those three things. I mean, it's not even about like taking anything crazy. It's just those three. Just basically take care of your body, and it'll take care of you. And that's one of the things I didn't do. I wasn't sleeping for the past few weeks because I was just doing what I do normally, but your body catches up with you after a while. And like ever since I've been getting to sleep, I haven't been feeling crazy or nothing. So everybody out there, please take care of yourself no matter what. Just take care of yourself. DJ, how about you? How you been doing?
Well, now that I'm on the other side of the 40
oh yeah, your birthday was yesterday.
Yeah, it was a good birthday. Somebody a friend of mine sent me some edibles, so I thought that was nice. It was a fruit basket arrangement, so
like fruit baskets are the best.
Yeah, chocolate covered strawberries.
I thought you meant another type of edibles.
Hey.
Wait, what?
after the podcast.
Nah, but I'm like, and I actually been back on Facebook for a little bit, so I got the usual birthday wishes there. I got the birthday wishes on Twitter. Thanks everybody for wishing me happy birthday. Whether it was on time early, because I had one the day before, whether it was on time, whether it was late, and continue on, because I look at it as a whole week. So everybody's on time as far as I'm concerned. If you're wishing me happy birthday, but and of course family chimed in, so it's nice to see everybody in good spirits throughout this whole thing. And, anybody who's celebrating their birthday, which there's been millions of birthdays while this has been going on. You can't really go anywhere. You kind of celebrate kind of in semi-isolation. I know it's rough, but at least you're up and breathing. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah, so. a lot of people, and I'm not going to go on it on here, but I'll just keep it simple. A lot of people look at the wrong things when it comes to life. and they take a lot of things for granted. And a lot of this stuff, if you just sit back and stop pointing out the wrong and the negative and outweigh it with the good, a lot of people have a lot of good shit going on in their life, and they refuse to look at it because they focus on the negative too much. You know that takes time away from your life. Sometimes you just need to fall back and just let things go.
You know what also takes time away from your life?
What's that?
Being an Eagles fan.
Wow.
Let's get to the first
topic. Who don't act like I didn't forget what you did before. That's what I'm about to say. Cause see,
now you picking up where we left off yesterday. I mean, last episode. We'll get back to that. Anyway, DJ, I want you to lead on this topic right here. Because I have to do something for my wife and my son is asleep. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to share this screen. And we're going to talk about this topic real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Let me move this.
Oh, who's about to type in all caps?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. Oh, so you've been catching on to what he's been doing, Bills. He's been doing that a lot lately.
God.
Anyway,
MLB now he wants to call me a big bitch.
Big bitch.
Anyway, MLB The Show has had a problem.
166. It doesn't even make any sense.
MLB
I got a big boy diet. Forget fasting. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, I'm just reading.
No,
yeah, I'm sorry.
You're good. MLB The Show's had a big problem with their games. All three of us on this panel has known about this problem for a while, but it goes back even further than that. It's been going back since what, DJ? MLB The Show, what, 9 or 10?
10.
Okay. I'm gonna put the link, or one of you guys can put the link to that video in the chat so people can look at it at a later time. I'm going to put this up. This is from at least 2018 in a forum that they've been talking about this. And since we're not the only ones that notice it, I'm going to let DJ talk about that. And we're going to give our thoughts about it and think about where we go forward with this quote unquote glitch. And I'm going to run downstairs real quick. I'm going to let you lead that off, DJ. And there we go.
All right, cool. All right, so those of you that have seen some of my tweets with these clips and VF's clips, and Bills, have you done any clips?
No, I don't have your
console. No.
Oh,
in the past.
Yeah, I did. I did one. It wasn't so much on the bat going through the ball. It was more so the bat morphing into place. Mm-hmm. When you're connecting with the ball, which was a huge problem last year. I'd never seen it before that, but it would have this weird thing where the bat angle, your swing angle, like you would time it correctly, but the game would not pick the right trajectory for which way your bat was going. Right. But because you timed it correctly, it would try to sync it up, but it would end up glitching in place. So I made a couple about that. They've had weren't they supposed to overhaul hitting this year?
They did, but you still see examples of that. But the types of hits that you get, yeah, they've definitely changed a couple of things. But from the last episode that we did of First and Framerates, we did talk about a couple of issues that VF showed everybody. Where the ball looked like there was 2 cases. I think it was 2 or 3 cases, or 2 cases where it was going to be a home run. It was going to lead the park, but it curves right back into the batter's glove. I mean, through the fielder's glove. What? Basically going through the wall from the backside through the glove.
Oh, come on.
So I think the overall was that Skynet is even in MLB The Show. So,
Jesus.
So we had those shenanigans going on, but in particular, as far as the ball going through the bat. Now, we've shown various videos, various clips, and what you see here is from Operation Sports, and I was unaware that this had been this glitch or whatever had been addressed. And
I don't buy this, by the way.
I'm going to have to keep an open mind on this, because before this, there's been nothing that's been, and trust me, in the past, I have tagged Ramon Russell. I know Hollywood Sports was trying to be the good Samaritan.
No, I'm saying I don't buy the statement.
No.
Yeah.
No. I get what you're saying. I was just saying, as far as like, in the past, I've I've gone a route to have this be addressed, like in public or at least through DM or whatever.
Right.
I was not aware that this existed, this statement. So as everyone's probably already read it by now because I've been jabbering too much. Basically, the main important thing is that it's at the very last paragraph. It says, maybe someone else will be able to explain why you see this in replays, but again, it's not happening during actual gameplay.
But
that's kind of this is where
I'm back here. I'm sorry.
Gotcha. And Bills, this is where I do understand that you don't believe that statement, because in the second paragraph it mentions the ball isn't going through the bat in live gameplay. Coupled with that, it's kind of hard to really say that statement is true or not. You can take it away as far as what you was going to say.
I mean, because there's the thing. I can specifically point to plenty of times last year where I literally saw the ball in live gameplay, and it's hard to see it with the pitches coming at the speeds they're coming at.
Right.
I could see my bat. I knew I timed it perfectly, and the ball would go right fucking through the bat. So for him to say it doesn't happen in live gameplay, I'm sorry, but you would have to prove to me that it's not happening in live gameplay. And the only way you'd be able to prove that is you'd have to find an example where you went to the replay and it happened in a replay, and then you'd have to somehow record that at bat in real time and slow it down.
That's what I'm about to say. Instead of going to the replay, all I have to do is just play regular gameplay and then edit it to slow the gameplay down.
Right, because the funny thing is, the reason why we're at this point, because we see something wrong in live gameplay. Something isn't right visually as the game goes on.
Right, and that's what makes us go to the replay to begin with.
Right, and I think that's
what I'm saying. It's almost like saying, well, you know, people aren't morphing into place for 2-man animations in Madden when the ball's up in the air. Get the fuck out of here. Now, we're not going back to replay and looking at it and saying, oh shit, yeah, it happened there. And then when it happens in the real gameplay, we're like, nah, it didn't happen. Come on, bro. Our eyes aren't fooling us. Plenty of people have seen it. That's why I don't buy this statement.
And the funny thing is, it's not just the swing and miss. It can be check swings and stuff like that. That's the difference between a ball and a strike, or a strikeout, foul tip. Well, if it's going through the bat, it's definitely between contact and non-contact. So,
well, and let's talk about this. Let's talk about what I talked about, where last year they did the opposite of, well, no, because they still had it in the game. So, you know, I talked about when the bat would morph into place because you timed the swing correctly.
Right.
Another issue they have is their animation system. Their animation system's flawed because they don't have enough animations in the game for each placement of the ball.
Yeah.
So that means based on where the ball's at, you might get a shitty animation and swing and miss. Right. Even though you timed it correctly, even though you pointed the stick whichever way it was supposed to go. That's another issue. So they still have that. That's my main gripe with the game. When people say it's the best sim game on the market, I'm like, yeah, but the basis of your game is flawed.
Right.
So that's the only thing.
I mean, my thing is, it took on a whole life on itself in my eyes, because I thought like maybe that is the case. But since you guys said something, it makes sense, because now I'm thinking like, well, it's a reason why we go to replay to look at it to begin with. So maybe, I mean, I don't know who this guy is, Country Boy. He's probably just another guy that's on the forum. Nobody in particular that, you know, that actually knows about the game.
The way he was speaking, because I think I've read other things with him in it. The way he was speaking, it was like he was speaking on behalf of maybe like a community manager type role.
Okay, right, okay.
So I got that vibe, not just from reading this, but you can see it, you can kind of get it from reading this, but there's a little bit more that I was reading before I picked this one part out.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's just that, you know, stuff like this made me literally want to stop playing the games.
It does.
Like, I mean, it kills the integrity of the game, and it's like something so basic. Like, Bill,
and it's because and the reason, not to cut you off, but the reason is because literally the point of baseball when you are on offense is to hit the fucking ball.
Right.
So if that part of your game is flawed. That's literally cutting it right down the middle. Half of your game is flawed. Basically.
Even more dire than that, when you're going through a long at bat and you're trying to fight off pitches and
fouling off pitches,
right?
laying off pitches,
and then all of a sudden the game say, "Fuck it, the ball's going through the bat, strike 3."
Right.
and then here's the other thing. Right now, I don't mean to personalize this, but shit, I've had multiple 20-game hitting streaks, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Road to the Show, and my hitting streak would end on a strikeout with the ball going through the bat. I'd be fucking like, I'd be pissed if that happened.
Right. Exactly.
So, and people say, well, you had all these other chances to get a hit. That's not the point.
Right, and that's the thing. That's the reason why I cannot play any of these games. And like me personally, the person said this has been going on since NBA. It's been going on in MLB The Show 10, but I have yet to see it in the PS3 versions of these games. It's only been the next generation versions of them, and I don't know.
Wait a minute, 10 was a PS3.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
That's what I'm saying. I've never seen it any of the PS3
Oh, before
games.
you seen that
right?
clip.
I only seen
Okay.
them in the PS4 version of the game. That's why I was like kind of weird. Like I didn't understand it, But maybe something I don't know.
Yeah, because here's what makes me kind of open to view that, because I've seen in the past with NHL games where the replay comes out very different than the actual lot. Like literally, like you'll have the play wind up going one way. When you go back in a replay, it's like the game recorded something else entirely. And I'm sitting there, and I never recorded stuff like that because I just felt it was so odd, and it just caught me off guard that I didn't think to just, okay, let me just hit the share so I can at least have this on hand. And thank God it doesn't happen anymore. But just for a replay to really make it obvious that something completely happened, that a swing and a miss should have been just a clean visual swing and a miss instead of the ball going through the bat.
Right. And I mean, I can accept that even if your swing was just off and the ball did not have any contact with the bat. I can accept that compared to you did everything right and the ball goes through the bat anyway. Something like that is just, I need to really, that's something they really need to fix. Is Bill's back yet? Because I want to show him the other clip that we have. I want his thoughts about that real quick.
Oh, you talking about I kind of gave him a preview. I didn't show him, but I told him about what we did on the last episode with the clips that you showed there.
I want him to see this, and I want his thoughts on it. So I'm waiting for him to come back. But let's look at some.
Let's look at some of these folks in the chat.
Pooh said he wanted to know about thoughts on Tom Brady. We're gonna get.
We'll get to that. He's gonna basically bring you to speed on his thoughts on stuff that we've gone over.
Also ask about GPU
code
was stolen. Yes, it was stolen. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later. The commissioner sent out a memo of the teams, NFL teams that we know about the draft is gonna continue to go forward. They're just not gonna have it like they normally do. Then they're going to do some type of virtual or digital style of the draft, which I didn't find that too much to be news. That's why I didn't really think about talking about it. Bills, I got a question real quick.
Yep.
I want you to see this, and I want your thoughts about this. This is MLB The Show 20, and I want your thoughts on this. Mm-hmm. Let me know what you think about this clip right here. I'm going to let it replay itself. What do you think about this clip? Look at this home run. You see the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Watch what happens.
Nah.
Yeah. That's what's happening right now.
Let me tell you something.
That's what's happening on MLB The Show 20 right now.
Let me tell you something. Now, all those videos Apex is making about how folks just want to come home and play basketball, right?
Right.
This is just shit I would make a video about and say the exact same thing. I don't work hard all day. I came home. I just want to play a game. I hit a fucking home run, and this ball goes and has some gravitational pull back through the fucking man. Come on, bro.
Now hold on. Now I wish that he would have stayed on the batter, because if the batter would have did the no doubt animation.
Oh man, that would be terrible.
Yo, you know what that shit reminded me of? You remember in Space Jam where Bugs Bunny took that fucking magnet and rolled it under the ground and made the ball go in? That's what that shit reminded me of.
Oh no!
And Bill Murray's like, it is alive.
This is terrible, bro. I mean, MLB The Show is damn near falling from grace. It's like,
that motherfucker said, I hate this game part 2.
Yo, it is. There's other
There's
pictures.
4 parts.
Oh shit!
This was clearly the worst one, but there's 4 parts to this.
That may be one of the worst.
Show all of them. Show all the clips.
That may be one of the worst I've seen in any game. That's horrible,
man.
That's bad.
Like when NBA 2K13 couldn't block dunks.
Yeah, but that was way worse. All right, let's see.
Okay, this is another one. This is a recent one.
What is
this is a recent one? Oh wow!
He said, "Look at how the ball bounced off the bag."
Well, that's realistic.
Wait, hold on. It's still going up.
Is that shit going? Okay, man. Okay, this game.
At first, it looked realistic, but the ball just kept going, bro.
Yo,
what if that eventually hit the foul pole?
Oh, and they called it a home run.
And they called it a home run? Nah, bro.
Here's another one.
How does this shit keep happening? No, please don't tell me it happened again. No. Oh, come on. Yeah, nah, bro. I would have stopped playing by then.
Oh man!
Come on.
Let's see if he has another one.
Sweaty Draymond.
Oh man! Here's another one.
Another one?
This is part 3.
Nah, bro. I can't keep playing this game. There's no way you can keep playing this game.
And we all know about part 2.
Bro.
Where's part 1?
Yeah, where's part 1 at?
Oh man.
Oh, he's playing Diamond Dynasty. That might be why.
Could be.
I fucking hate this game. I'm guessing it's the same one. Yo, if he's playing Diamond Dynasty, he's probably heated because can't you pay for the cards?
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Because you fucking with people's money too.
Wait, hold up, Bills. No, go get it back to that same spot. Because Bills, here's the more egregious thing. Keep going.
It's coming up. Watch this.
All right, now pause the video. What do we see on the other side of the wall?
A fucking shadow. Yo, man. Come on, man. Yo, motherfuckers are saying Sony should make a football game.
Oh no, we good now. We good.
Yo, we beyond good now.
We good. This got to be the worst MLB The Show I've seen.
This is bad.
That's egregious. That's terrible.
Where's the energy for that people gave WWE 2K20?
Or any sports game for
and
that.
The thing is with WWE 2K20, most of those were glitches. This shit just seems like it's here to stay, yo.
Yeah.
Man.
My chest.
And like I said, Diamond Dynasty, so that means he paid for those cards, so he's getting even more screwed over.
Right,
nah, bro, that's wow.
Yeah, that's nuts. We saw this the other day and was like, we're going to talk about the bat glitch on Thursday, but they got more problems than the bat glitch.
Yeah. we can almost forgive the bat glitch,
right?
I said almost.
Yeah.
So
I want to know. I'm curious now because that's Diamond Dynasty. I'm curious if that happens outside of that mode.
It probably
that's a fair question. I would say that.
Because it's almost the same as Mud at this point. We kind of have to take it with a grain of salt. Now that I realized that it was Diamond Dynasty, I'm looking at all the other shit that he was posting on his page, and it was a lot of Diamond Dynasty shit, which means he pretty much probably primarily plays Diamond Dynasty. So now I'm wondering if it happens offline.
But I wonder. But here's the funny thing. I wonder if there's like a special trait that some of these players have in the outfield. Magnetism. Robbing home runs through magnetism.
Magneto's son.
You got a magnet glove and shit.
That's crazy.
Right. Let's jump to the next topic because MLB The Show is borderline being one of the worst games this year.
And they did their Sims opening day. So
buy a PS5 and you'll get the fix for it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Okay.
Trade the game, fam. Trade the game, and can you retweet this, please, so I can retweet it as well?
Retweet what?
Is he talking to himself?
That's what Pooh said. I guess he was talking about the
Oh, he's talking about the thing. Okay, hold on. I'll
the
send
video.
it to him.
Yeah.
I'll send it to him via DM so he can so I don't have to retweet something twice.
Mm-hmm.
That's even worse than I thought it was, yo.
Yeah, we were saying the same thing. We was like, yo, what the hell happened?
Like when y'all explained it, like I was like, that sounds bad, and then I saw it and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say nothing as VF was setting the clip up because I know I explained it.
Yeah, I didn't want to say
it. It was really entertaining. Just the anticipation of you like seeing it was.
Yeah, you need to see it. I mean, we told you. If we told you, you probably wouldn't believe it if we told you.
Because the thing is, DJ, like you said, with the no doubt animation. Now imagine, right?
Mm-hmm.
In real time, it'd be worse because if the no doubt animation triggers, and obviously they go into the whole commentary for it, and then the ball comes back in, then what happens? They announce it as a home run, and then like I don't.
Well, the commentary is also a different subject because some of the commentary once again in moments doesn't match what actually took place.
So basically, they just flubbed this release so they can get the PS5 version.
It seemed like they put more energy into them commercials.
Could be.
Because let me tell you something. Those commercials this year,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if the PS5 version of this game, if there is one, will probably have the same problems.
Yeah,
that's my guess. Because
but you know what? Everybody else will get to experience these problems too next year.
See, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They're probably focused on the next game for all consoles and platforms, so they may be working on that instead of working on this shit. So, I mean, maybe, but you never know. The ball may still be going through the bat and on MLB Show 21. No telling.
Yep, and the weather effects being what they are. That's another issue I have.
Right. All right. I'm gonna put this on the screen because Ravens Nation didn't believe me when I told them this, when I said this. Xbox graphics source code stolen and leaked online. AMD says a hacker stole the GPU information. We're gonna go down this article and actually look at it and see what this really means. Let's see.
Basically, he's holding the source code for ransom. He wants to get paid. I looked it over real quick before. That's basically what you get. You get somebody who wants some money, especially during these times. Everybody is looking for a come up.
Oh, it says in December 2019, we were contacted by someone who claimed to have test files related to a subset of our current and future graphic products. Some of it which was recently posted online, but since have been taken down, says an AMD spokesperson. AMD has filed multiple takedown notices to Microsoft on GitHub, where repositories were hosting. Okay, yada 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 yada. Well, basically, the alleged hacker is basically threatening to leak more. So like you said, they are holding it for ransom. The alleged hacker has claimed that they will just leak everything in an interview with Torrent Freak. Yeah, those are the right people that you want to talk to about leaking stuff. Torrent Freak. There you go. You might want to talk to Pirate Bay and everybody else too.
Yeah, and then talk to Spec over here.
Talk to Pooh too. Pooh will probably be the first one with his hand out. And the thing about it is he'll bootleg the hacker stuff.
Man, look, Pooh is like the Mookie Blaylock of pirate.
Hey,
right?
Wait a minute. We're not gonna do the home. Well, I forgot. Mookie is kind of low key fucked up outside of basketball. You're right.
Wow.
You're right.
Wait, isn't he dead?
No, he's in jail or something, I think.
That's somebody else.
Oh, crackhead. All right, go ahead.
Mookie been locked up a couple times I know of. I remember he got locked up in South Atlanta when I was living in Atlanta.
Oh, damn.
Running from the police was
that motherfucker 53 years old.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if he got out. Well, anyway, what do you guys think about this? Do you think this is going to mess up the let's say the games for Xbox, or I mean, what does this really mean?
I think they have bigger issues to worry about.
Well, it said the company's not worried, right?
What was that?
It said they're not worried, didn't it? Somewhere in there.
Well, the way I look at it, they said they are kind of concerned about it, but
I thought it said somewhere the company doesn't appear to be worried.
Let me see.
But the company doesn't appear to be overly concerned. It said.
Okay. Yeah, I see it.
And
right
I can see it.
It says,
and to tell you the truth,
it's clear whether the source code is partial or whether it will impact the security of AMD and future GPU. Now, see, I was gonna get into that, but the company doesn't appear to be overly concerned. What you about to say, DJ?
Yeah, I just think right now that they have bigger problems on their hands, because you got to think about the parts, the actual physical parts, where they're coming from in this whole pandemic. So, there's probably delays even coming from that.
Well, my thing is with these GPUs, I mean, I don't think this is just a Microsoft thing. Like when they said that, they don't know, it's not clear what the impact of security. You got to think about it. You got a lot of technical stuff or like BIOS, other things that can basically clone whatever they have, and some people could make their own type of GPU. It's just you just don't know, because your GPU is built up a lot of things, and if they have their technology and they go and like say, hey, I'm going to make our own version of AMD's latest GPU, but we're going to undercut them by like $200, it could really hurt AMD, and AMD may not even know, because the thing about it is we don't know if it's copyrighted material. We don't know if it's open source. We don't know if they even have a copyright on their material, let alone it being open source. So we just don't know. So if somebody does come up and make their own version of whatever they can use in this, AMD may not can do anything, because at the end of the day, they're probably not even thinking about copyrighting every single thing they have, because some things could be, it's just obvious, like, okay, nobody's going to get this, so we don't have to copyright everything. But I mean, that's just a guess, but you never know. With them putting that paragraph in there, it makes you think if that's the case. But I don't know, Bills. What about you? What you think?
I mean, I'm not, I guess, too worried about it. It seems like somebody that's clearly out here for attention and got lucky. I'm sure it'll be resolved. I'm not really too worried about it. These hackers have nothing better to do.
Well, that's true. I mean, you already know, like, especially with these times now, everybody's staying at home, and a lot of things gonna be digital now. These $1,200 checks supposed to be digital, so a lot of hackers gonna be trying to get into that type of stuff.
You know how these dudes get with that dark basement, and computer light is the only light they can see down there, and never come out for days.
Dark basement, one light, and, still got on the same underwear for 5 days with a dirty tank top.
They heard they was gonna be stuck inside, so they went and bought all the lotion, because the right hand is the only companionship they're gonna have.
Well, they're always inside of their mom's house, so the quarantine was already,
right. They were like, COVID-19. You mean every day?
I was like, yeah, what, quarantine? What?
Even though the inside of the house looked like a scene from the movie. Looked like a scene from the movie Quarantine.
Shit. I'm still gonna make these breakdown videos. Oops. Oh shit.
Oh,
hey man,
wow.
hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Time out. Hold on. All jokes enough. Don't do them like that. Don't do them. Hey, listen. Me and Moody got a truce right now. I don't want to start nothing.
Well, it's not you that's doing anything.
Right. You and him got a truce.
But you know how he is. You know how he is.
Fuck him.
If everybody say something, you know how he is.
Gives a fuck. I'm not even on Twitter anymore. What do I give a fuck for?
Even with Armageddon on the horizon, fuck Ryan Moody.
These last days and times ain't changing me nothing.
You gotta at these times you gotta let these jokes fly.
That's the thing. Some people can't. That's the problem.
Well, then he'll fly.
But anyway, where's my pinned tweet when I made truce with everybody? Y'all need to chill, man. Anything else y'all got on this Xbox thing? at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to, hinder the Xbox Series X or anything like that.
Right, Sony fanboy anyway.
Yeah, or any graphics. But hey, listen, I promise you, these fanboys gonna try to use this as bait though. They're gonna use this because they done put Microsoft in the title of this. Oh yeah, you better believe that. But just be on the lookout if you have a problem with your PC gamers, if you have a problem with your graphics card or something ain't right because they're trying to change code because it's been hacked. Just be mindful of that. But I don't think nothing's going to happen with the consoles. We, like you said, we got other problems as far as the consoles actually making it to the U.S. now. So
where's this tweet where you made a truce?
Oh man, that was.
DJ, I'm looking for this shit now.
DJ, what was that, like early February?
I ain't looking that far.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Wait, hold on. It was, what was it? It was after the New Year's. Because you was like, well, it's a new year, and I'm looking at it was right. It had to be because
it was right after Kobe Bryant's death. I remember that.
Oh, that's so that was.
Oh man, you made an emotional decision. I ain't worried about that. Man, let's continue. There ain't no fucking truce going on over here.
Hey, that was real, man. I don't care what you said. That was real. That wasn't emotional. That was real.
Well, to every emotional person, it's real. What happened?
Y'all got
a whole
real
month
jokes.
later.
Y'all got real jokes. I can't even
talk about a truce over here.
I want to get loud, but my son, I went downstairs to get my son. He's sleeping right. I can't even get
First
loud.
and Framerates don't do truces. That's all I know.
You know what? Y'all low-key hoes, man. I'm trying to be right, man. I'm trying to do right, man.
Okay, I went from arguing with Pooh in his all caps, bitch having self, to now we're hoes.
Man, y'all man.
And
I turned 40 years old to get cursed out before my birthday and get called a hoe afterwards. I'm glad
happy
my
birthday
was quiet.
Yeah, you getting some unfair treatment right now, bro.
Right.
I'm about to lash out myself.
Well, shit, I came back to the podcast to be called a hoe.
But the thing is, I won't be typing in all caps. I'm gonna be swinging. How about that?
Ooh. Oh, wait. Oh, Pooh. He said.
Well, yeah, I'm be swinging.
He said, "Trigger finger."
If you and Pooh are running at the same time,
hey, hold on, no.
He said, "Trigger fingers turn to Twitter."
No, wait a minute. Don't put me on the same team with him. That ain't dope. We ain't doing
what?
That.
He can run faster than you can.
Yeah, yo, Pooh. Yeah, he said, "Trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers." You getting bodied by a 40-year-old nigga.
And the funniest thing, I'm probably the smallest person out of everybody here.
You trying to say we overweight?
I'm saying y'all bigger than me.
You know what? I'm not even commenting on that. Let's go to the next topic.
Yo,
next topic, please.
This is great. DJ is 40. Got to worry about his wow. Wait a minute. Ravens Nation, your ass is old too, ain't you? Ain't that your son in that picture?
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Man,
Wait a minute. Now, I remember when Ravens Nation was talking about the football he watched way back in the fucking day. Nah, you ain't going to talk about age. We ain't going to get on ages now.
And first of all, I haven't had a major injury to
that
my
ain't
knee.
you lying.
So
that ain't you.
So I look at it like this.
Look, the person we talked about before got the fucked up knees, all right? You don't got to worry about your knees when you're swinging. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, y'all stupid, man. What am I do with y'all?
I'm only 22. Bro, you was talking. I'm starting not to believe you, fam. But go ahead.
Oh, man.
That was fun. Bills, before we get into this Nintendo Direct, let us know what you thought about free agency. You know, your quarterback's gone.
Bro, it's been crazy, man.
You see a whole bunch of people get traded.
Yeah.
What's his name? DeAndre Hopkins is going to Arizona. That's crazy.
But check this out. Apparently, the Texans have reached out to the Washington Redskins about Trent Williams. So,
really?
Man,
so if I was the Skins, and if this is actually true, I'd be like, okay, Bill O'Brien is running things. We'll give you Trent, but you're gonna have to give us Deshaun Watson and a couple of picks.
So
let's see what happens.
You might get it.
I know, no one, bitch ass Bill.
Bitch ass Bill.
So, oh man, where do I start? All right, Bill O'Brien.
Hey man, I thought you were gonna start with your team. Now, go ahead.
But they ain't my team. They ain't my team no more.
Hold on. Technically, he is. Bill O'Brien is a former New England guy. All right,
that's true. That's true.
Bill O'Brien's claim to fame was getting in a spat with Tom Brady on the sideline and losing.
Right.
The next time we saw Bill O'Brien, he was losing the Super Bowl for us with shitty play calling.
What the hell, man? That came out of nowhere, Ravens Nation. What the fuck is that?
What'd he say?
I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Oh god! Oh, he put one of the comments we can't. Hold on.
No, just look at it.
Oh, Texans on a what? Okay, but no. So yeah, Bill O'Brien's a fucking asshat. He should not be the GM. He shouldn't even be the head coach. But the fact he's the GM is just ridiculous to me. Some of the trades he's made in the past have just been fucking just stupid, just brain dead.
You know what? I kind of understand that it's the Jadeveon Clowney trade because we know what Jadeveon Clowney does when it's time for contract season. But the Larry Tunsil one,
we ain't gonna drag Jadeveon Clowney right now. All right.
Well, I'm not going to drag him because I think he's a chicken. It's well documented. It's well documented what he does in contract season. All of a sudden, he gets 15 sacks, and once he get paid, he gets 1.5.
I mean, Bill O'Brien
senior season when he didn't do any of the pro workouts or whatever, and sat out some games. Yeah.
Just let the game cocks.
Whoa!
I try not to say it, right?
It sounds like you had one stuck in your mouth.
I try not to say it because it was going to sound bad either way. I try not to say it.
So no, but my thing with Bill O'Brien. So there's a couple things. Now we talked about this when the Texans were on Hard Knocks.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We was like, look, if he don't start Tom Savage, fire this motherfucker. That was like 4 years ago.
Because Tom Savage was actually playing good.
They traded him.
And got what's his name?
They got fucking who did they get for him?
Osweiler. They got
Osweiler.
They let Savage go and end up trading for Osweiler or something like that. Yeah.
So he thought that Ryan Mallett and Brock Osweiler and fucking Brian Hoyer.
4 years, $88 million for Osweiler.
Bro. Okay, so then he took a team that was a perennial playoff team, made him into choke artists.
Yeah.
And then now he trades his quarterback franchise player. He trades his best receiver away and gets an injury-prone running back in return.
Did you hear about what he said about
Aaron Hernandez? I heard it.
He said he had too many baby mamas, and he said he reminded him of Aaron Hernandez.
The last time I had to have a talk like this was with Aaron Hernandez. Really?
But you know what? It backed up the claim that I threw out there that there was a power struggle between them two.
Yeah. Because everybody
the thing is, but bro, how could you listen? I got a question, DJ.
Yeah.
How could you have a power struggle, your coach / GM, with the wide receiver?
Because Hopkins
is more respected by his
and it's been there longer, right?
Possibly office personnel than the coach.
And it's been there longer.
All right. I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who was the, let's say, Cardinals coach.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody know Patrick Peterson and Larry Fitzgerald. Low key gets more respect than any coach that's coming up in there. Why? Yeah. The problem is, what the hell is wrong with Bill O'Brien? Why he couldn't just accept that and just build off of that?
Because he has this fucking inferiority complex.
I can.
And Hopkins has been there longer than him. I'm pretty sure Hopkins was there for the last of Kubiak, right?
He's been there for Kubiak, right? Kubiak drafted him.
So the thing is, it's similar to the Tom Brady and Belichick situation. What I'm going to get into.
Mm-hmm.
The players fuck with Hopkins. They don't fuck with Bill O'Brien because Bill O'Brien's been known to be a fucking abrasive asshole.
It's not even that, Bill. It's just the fact that
decisions.
It's not even that. It's not even that if they like you said, fuck with him. It's just the fact if you have a cornerstone on your team that players embrace, and like you said, they do fuck with him and they do really go to him for certain things that goes around with the team. Instead of feeling like you inferior, why don't you pick his brain and learn from that? And gain more trust from the players by siding with that respected player.
I have one sentence going to explain it all because he learned under Bill Belichick.
Damn.
Bill Belichick did the same shit. Lawyer Malloy had control of that locker room. He got rid of Lawyer Malloy.
Yep. Richard Seymour
had control of that locker room. Vrabel had control of that locker room. Brady is the latest one.
And that's technically not even latest because he's been trying to get rid of Brady ever since Garoppolo won a couple games.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's all about ego.
And you do see this happen around the league. It's not just with, Houston, not just with New England. Pooh will agree with me on this one. It happened when Chip Kelly was in Philly.
Oh, yeah.
No, wait a minute. That was I ain't gonna say it was on steroids, but because we heard what Bill O'Brien's done now. But if you look at it without knowing what Bill O'Brien said on the back end, you can make a case with what Chip Kelly did was what Bill O'Brien did on steroids. I don't think.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I don't think we ever heard Chip Kelly say anything bad to the extent that Bill O'Brien said about DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah,
but his actions look like, he didn't want no black people on that team, bro.
None.
Because let alone just one wide receiver, you know what I mean?
Right, because here's the thing. You look at Philly, let's see. Of course, they got rid of him, and then they eventually won a Super Bowl. But just think they possibly could have been to the Super Bowl, if not won a Super Bowl sooner. Wouldn't have had those lost years without Deshaun, and definitely would have had the situation running back in hand with McCoy.
Right.
That was just stupid.
But you got somebody using a hard ER on camera, but you come in and bring him back.
That was
right. See, that's horrible. What I'm saying. It's like I'm not saying that Chip Kelly or Bill O'Brien was worse than the other, but
I was saying it was similar.
Right, they're very similar. They're very similar. But if you look at it on the surface, you can almost make a case like Chip Kelly was like almost 10 times worse, but they're about on the same page now since we know what Bill O'Brien's done.
Yeah, so it's clear that Bill O'Brien's a fucking idiot. So we can let's move on to the Tom Brady thing. I know everybody wants to hear what I have to say about this. So I said this on the podcast. I said where Tom Brady goes, I go. And I'm sticking by that.
Well, you did say that.
I'm sticking by that. I don't fuck with the Patriots. It's not even I don't fuck with the Patriots anymore. I have a bigger gripe with Belichick than I did back in the day. I have an even bigger gripe now. And as long as he's the coach there, I don't fuck with the Patriots anymore.
So is it all safe to say that Drew Bledsoe can get his job back now?
Shit. I mean, hey, look, as far as Bill Belichick's concerned, he can win with a Drew Bledsoe in the current condition, Drew Bledsoe. As long as it means Tom Brady ain't getting credit.
I don't think they would have got 6, but there is a case that if Bledsoe didn't get hurt that first year when Tom Brady came in, they possibly would have won it that year.
I'm gonna tell you.
Didn't they already? Oh no, that was for Bill Parcells.
Yeah,
no. I'm gonna tell you why I disagree, VF.
Okay.
The exact same team the year before that went 5-11.
Well, that is true.
Brady gets put in after Bledsoe sadly had his spleen ruptured, and the rest was history.
Right. I understand that.
Belichick's only given Brady 5 top 10 defenses in 20 years.
And what about number one receiver?
And one legitimate number one receiver.
Right. I was saying they never really had a number one receiver. I mean, Deion Branch was good. Don't get me wrong, but he was not a number one. I mean, so he proved that when he went to Seattle.
So everybody's like, well, Brady's going to Tampa now, and you have dumbasses like Terry Bradshaw talking about ego. Whoa, why would he leave the Patriots? Because he's tired of struggling on offense.
It's not even the fact he's struggling on offense.
Ravens Nation, look at the stats, bro.
I don't even think. I'm gonna be honest with you, Bills. You may know more insight with me. I don't even think it was mostly about football when it came to this whole situation. No. It just got to a point where Brady just got tired of the bullshit.
Brady said, "Look, bro, I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, okay." Jimmy Johnson always had a saying, and I've agreed with this saying in pretty much all walks of life. I don't treat people the same. I treat them fairly.
There you go.
So he's not going to treat a Michael Irvin, a Troy Aikman, a Emmitt Smith the same way he's going to treat a Jimmy Smith or a fucking
Jay Novacek.
And Jay Novacek was great, but he's not going to treat them the same because they're not the same. So when Tom Brady says,
like I said, we all knew that it was the trio in Dallas, and Jay Novacek was good, but he was the second tier guy. We knew that.
Yeah. So when Tom Brady goes and says, I just want them to look at me like I have done what I have actually done for this team. I want them to reward me and acknowledge my importance.
Your work. Yeah, acknowledge your body of work.
And Belichick refused to do that.
Yeah.
So
that's what I said. I don't think it had anything to do with, hey, I need a better offense or I need this, I need that. I just think it was more of a look. It's more of a communication thing. Because regardless of you had a down year and your offense wasn't that good or whatever the case may be, we may never know. That could possibly be because of lack of communication. You may not want to give you 110% when you got a bullshit head coach that's bullshitting you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think it had anything to do with Antonio Brown's not being there or you got rid of all them other receivers. I just think it comes at a point where you have this chemistry that you're going to play well regardless who you have on the field, and that's been proven for 20 years.
But
it gets to a point where it's like, you know what, this man don't respect me and don't even want to talk to me like I haven't helped them build this shit. I'm gone.
Yeah, here's the proof right here though. Look at the mass exodus that's going on right now. Well, the Patriots don't have anybody on defense left. They have McCourty. They have Gilmore.
Yeah, he's still there.
But besides that, they lost Van Noy.
Yeah,
they lost Collins.
Wait a minute, they have both McCourties or just one?
They have both, I think.
I know they had both at one point. I know
they had both last year. I don't know if two are still in the contract, but I
know for sure one of them is still there. I know that.
Van Noy was drafted 3 years ago. He's gone. They didn't even attempt to re-sign him.
That's crazy.
Philip Dorsett played a big role in our first Super Bowl run when he was there. He's gone.
The receiver, right.
Yep. Everybody's leaving. And you know where they're going? They're going to where their position coaches who they actually fucked with are. They're going to the Lions to play for Matt Patricia.
I noticed that a few of them did go to Matt Patricia.
They're going to Miami to play with Brian Flores. Bro, they don't fuck with Bill Belichick because he basically spat in the face of the man who built the Patriots and made them into what they are. Bill Belichick didn't do that. We've seen Bill Belichick without Tom Brady. It's not pretty.
Right.
So, anyway, Tom Brady in Tampa Bay, he has a wealth of targets. I mean, we don't even have to talk about that. I mean, come on. Mike Evans, the list goes on and on.
Right.
The question for me is like, what is this layoff?
It's not only that
gonna do.
Even if you don't have the layoff, I'm still looking at a fierce division.
The division's gonna be the division's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be tough. All 4 of these teams just beat up on each other every year, and no disrespect to the AFC East, we just knew how the Patriots ran the AFC East, and that's not solely on Brady because the team is collectively beating up on these teams. It's like the only guarantee was the Dolphins are going to win one. You knew the Dolphins were going to win one against the Patriots.
And now, as of today,
man, you look at now, the Dolphins are looking damn good right now.
That's what I'm saying. Now, as of today, the Patriots are what? Arguably the 3rd best team in the division?
Yeah, because the Jets, not the Jets, but the Bills stepped up.
The Bills got Stephon Diggs.
And what do we say? Did we not say if Josh Allen could control his arm
and
actually get a receiver, that team is going to be dangerous because the defense in the running game was already there. The only problem was like Allen had
Ravens Nation, you tripping. Are you said that's the what? The easiest division? Okay. So you have to play Drew Brees twice.
You got to play Matt
You got to
Ryan
play
twice.
Todd Gurley and Julio Jones now twice?
Matt Ryan twice, right.
Matt Ryan, obviously, but Todd Gurley's a new addition. You got to play them twice. You got to play Carolina with whoever they get at quarterback.
They got Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
And PJ Walker.
And PJ Walker from the
And if they want to trade up and get Tua and make some type of surprise move.
And not only that, Bills, the NFC South, regardless who's at quarterback, they always beat up on each other. Nobody is a runaway winner from you look at the division records. every year in the NFC South. It's like damn near 500 every year. So it's not like one team is like 6-1 or 5-1 in the division. Bro, it's always 4-2, 3-3. It's always like real close.
Like we can't sit and knock the Falcons and the Panthers when they were both top 5 teams in the league just 2 years ago. They've had injuries and Falcons have had coaching issues.
This is another thing. I'm going to put this up on the screen. And trust me, I'm all about the NFC South because I'm a Falcons fan. He said the Falcons going to finish 7-9 and the Panthers 6-10. You look at the division record. 7-9, you got to understand.
The division record's what matters. He's not talking about that.
4 or 5 of those games that went 7-9, the Falcons they won their division out of those 7 wins. Like 4 or 5 of them was like division wins.
It's like the teams.
Same thing with the Panthers. They went 6-10. I can bet your bottom line that 3 or 4 of those games were division wins.
And they underperformed, but the thing is like you said, it doesn't happen in divisional games. That's what you got to pay attention to. The Buccaneers, if we're talking about them being the Super Bowl contender all of a sudden, then you have to win those games.
Bills, DJ, the Buccaneers was almost a playoff team last year.
Yeah.
That is true.
With a quarterback that led the league in picks.
That was blind. Blind quarterback, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And no running game.
Right. So you got to understand, like, even though these teams are like below 500 or near 500, you look at the divisional record, like half of those wins come throughout the division. They're not beating teams outside of the division. They just beat up on each other.
And here's the other thing. And let's not forget this. Since he wants to talk about the division, let's not forget last year that Jameis Winston went into LA when everybody was high on the Rams and beat them in a shootout.
Bills. The Falcons went to the 49ers Super Bowl, NFC Super Bowl participants, went into San Francisco and beat them. Let's flip it again. The Falcons went into New Orleans and beat New Orleans 26-9.
Yeah.
So let's not get this twisted like the Saints just run away with the division. The problem with the Saints is this. I ain't gonna say the problem. The thing with the Saints is the Saints beat other teams outside of the division.
But let's talk about just the Bucs though. The Bucs beat the Rams 55-40 on their home field.
That was,
right. So like,
crazy.
I'm not saying that the Bucs, because they got Brady, is a runaway favorite to win the division. Nobody's ever a runaway favorite to win the division in the South. Like what it was one stat. I don't know if DJ or you or Bill or Bills know. There was one stat like the NFC South was won by all 4 different division, all 4 teams like 4 or 6 or 7 years in a row.
You mean like no repeat?
Yeah, there was like no repeat like winner in the South for like 7 years or something like that.
Yeah, because the NFC East has gone through that.
But Ravens Nation, you're not hearing what we're saying, bro. It's not beating them out for playoff position. It's these teams playing spoil when it's time for the Buccaneers to figure out what position they're going to be in the playoffs. If we're talking about them as Super Bowl contenders, Bills, you have to look at that.
Bills, case in point, why you think the Falcons went into the Saints dome and beat them that game?
Yeah.
Clearly to be spoilers. That's what divisional teams do.
It's like you can't look at these teams and say they don't have talent. If they underperform, that's one thing, but it doesn't mean that on any given day. That's why I tell people about the Falcons all the time. They can underperform.
It's not even about the talent. It's just the fact that they know who they're going up against. We're going up against a division rival. We can have the sorriest team, but I can promise you they'll be up to play them dudes hard and possibly win.
And wait, hold on. Uh-huh. And you know what's funny? I'm surprised Ravens Nation doesn't understand this because we've seen what has happened to Baltimore last year in the playoffs. You see a team like Tennessee, which is one of their rivals, go in and beat them.
That's another thing, DJ. Every time they play the Steelers, no matter what the talent is on the field, what that game is like.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. And let's talk about the fucking AFC North for a second.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. The Steelers had 3 different quarterbacks last year.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We gonna talk about the Bengals? The worst team in the league?
Yeah.
Mm.
And the other team is the fucking Browns. So which one is really the easiest?
Right.
Like you talk about
and he wants to talk. He wants to say the NFC South is easily the sorriest.
Come
division.
on, man. You tripping, bro. You tripping.
Mm.
You're tripping. Like, and it's not even about knocking the Ravens. It's just like when you look at easiest divisions in the league, that should not be the first division that you talk about. Now, let's be honest. If we're really going to talk about easy divisions based on talent, how could you not look at the NFC East and say that the Cowboys should win it every fucking year?
And I'm
they
glad you
step
said that.
on their own toes.
That's a great segue because I'm glad you said that because I wanted to talk about that before we go to this Nintendo thing. What are your thoughts about Dak Prescott possibly getting franchise tag? Now,
well, he did get franchise tag.
No, they did say no. They said they're going. No, they offered it. He didn't sign it.
He didn't sign it. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't sign it. They did say they're going back into negotiations because Ryan Tannehill got what, like a $140 million contract.
Yeah.
He got a $140 million contract. Dak Prescott, ever since his rookie year, did everything right for the Cowboys, and they decided to franchise tag him. What are your thoughts about that?
DJ, want to go first?
DJ already gave his thoughts.
Okay. So my thing is, all right, Byron Jones is gone. Right? You're not paying him. That was going to be a big issue. Okay, you already paid Amari Cooper. You paid Zeke last year.
Yep, they just paid Amari too.
Pay the man his fucking money. You're trying to buy time, right? So you say, okay, we're gonna franchise you so we can buy more time and weigh our options out. Okay, Brady's not coming, so that's gone.
Also another thing, they lost their center.
Yeah,
he retired.
He retired, so that's more money that's available.
So here's what I think they're doing. They looked at this free agency pool and they said, okay, we really acted like Dak was the guy, but we signed everybody that made Dak's job easier. So now we're looking at this free agency pool of quarterbacks and we say, do we really need Dak, or have we really shored up our team to the point where we might just sign a Cam Newton? Because see, that's the thing is, like, I'm looking at Jerry Jones and I'm like, he bought time to try to convince Dak to sign for less because he doesn't want to pony up. And at the same time, he's looking at these other quarterbacks that are out here, and I think he might potentially just say, you know what, if you don't want to show up, you don't want to show up.
So Jerry just basically did a business move.
He did a business move. Look at all the people he signed before Dak, and now Dak's the only one left. He signed Jalen Smith, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
That was coming off a knee injury. So he signed all those guys. He still hasn't signed Dak. He knew what free agent quarterbacks were going to be out there. He had to have known. I mean, come on. He pays attention. He runs the damn Cowboys. He's the fucking GM and the owner.
Robert Kraft and Jerry Jones are best friends.
Yeah.
So he knew what was up.
So he's looking at it like, okay, well, Cam looks like Cam's looking good right now.
Yeah, you're right.
And Cam is not in any position to ask for a lot of money. So you know what, Dak? Sit your ass at home. We'll sign Cam Newton.
Man, listen.
I can see Cam Newton being
Amari Cooper about to get overthrown like crazy.
Yeah, hey, let me tell you something. He got to take that up with Jerry Jones. I'm gonna make a bold prediction right now. Cam Newton's gonna be a Dallas Cowboy.
You think so?
Yes.
He would look good in a Dallas uniform. I'm gonna be honest with you.
He's perfect.
Yeah, he will.
He's a better version of Dak Prescott when healthy, and he's gonna come crazy cheap.
Man, y'all selling Dak short. But Dak, all right, man.
I'm not hating on Dak, but I'm saying it's like
Jerry Jones does that enough.
Look at it. Should Cowboys sign Cam Newton as Dak Prescott's backup? See, I'm not the only one talking this into existence.
No, I know. Logically, it makes sense, but I'm just. Cam need to get the accuracy down. If he gets the accuracy down, perfect pickup.
See, it's weird with Cam because, like, we talked about this the year that Kelvin Benjamin was hurt. It's like, he was on point.
That's true because when Kelvin Benjamin left, he did get better. Cam did get better in the pocket. I agree.
And then,
the following year, he just thought he had to throw to Jesus because he been throwing everybody. I'm dead serious, man. He overthrew everybody. I'm looking like Cam, like 60 to 70% of your passes is over everybody's head. What are we doing?
Because originally everybody agreed Cam to the Bears. I think early on we said that.
Yeah, and then Nick Foles went there.
Nick Foles, they're still on this Nick Foles shit. I don't know why, but
I'm just thinking about that number one, the jersey number one with Cam Newton and the Cowboys. That
it's perfect.
That looks good on him. I'm not saying it as like just necessarily saying like it's a good fit for the team. I'm just saying when you visualize him in a Cowboys uniform, it just looks right.
But just think about it.
For some reason, it just looks like that's how it's supposed to be.
But just think about the narrative they can push if he does go there. It almost just seems too perfect.
That's what I'm saying. And
if the Cowboys are anywhere near the top of the NFC, that motherfucker's gonna get MVP consideration.
And not only that,
even if he's not playing that great.
If Cam does good, Dak should request a trade, and it's a win-win for everybody. Dak could go wherever you want to, and I promise you that the Cowboys going to get a good bit of picks for him too.
But here's another issue though, and I think Dak is running into this problem now. With such a heavy quarterback-driven free agency period, who's going to give Dak that money now? Who has faith in him enough to pay him that?
The faith is not the problem. Is like you said, is actually the actual. Do you want to pay him? Because I'm almost certain.
But I'm saying you would have to have faith that he can be the guy that he was around those targets in Dallas on your team.
Wait a minute,
I think he can talent-wise, but it's just too much of a high risk. I don't think nobody do it.
If now this is a scenario based on whether if Dallas, fudges this whole deal or whatever, and he becomes a free agent, I could see Washington swooping in on it. Because one, they already kind of am messing up Haskins a bit. I know they
Washington, that's one. I can see that.
Because
Miami as well. Miami wouldn't have to use a pick on the quarterback.
Okay, now let me tell you something. Now, if he went to Miami, that makes them. I mean, I've always kind of been skeptical, but I think last year Dak played really, really well. The Chargers would be interesting.
No, they love Tyrod Taylor. They're not.
They do, but what about Cam? Fuck the Broncos. I hate the Broncos.
No one.
I talked about that. I talked about that.
I can see. I can see it, but me personally, I'll say no. I can see it, but personally, I'll say no.
That would kind of put aside Lock.
Yeah, because they do. Because me and Bills was talking about Drew Lock like before even that dumbass coach was benching him.
And I already told you about John Elway.
Leave John Elway alone, man.
Doesn't like black quarterback.
Wait. No, we ain't gonna leave John Elway alone because he's one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the history of the game too. I'm tired of people acting like he was a perennial fucking loser.
That we can agree on. I can agree on with that.
No, but okay. So my thing is, I'm of the mindset I could see Cam going
Cam to Dallas and Dak to the Dolphins.
It's gonna be interesting, bro. Like I'm trying to think of another team that Cam would. I mean, they're talking about the Patriots.
Me and DJ already said our thoughts about a black quarterback in Boston.
Well, they got Jacoby Brissett. Oh, I know what I was gonna ask y'all.
Yeah, you see, they got rid of him.
Do you think long term that the Colts would regret not maybe waiting to sign Noodle Arm Rivers over there if Cam is back to his real self? Because they just signed.
That's a bad fit. I don't think Cam.
You don't think so?
Something telling me that I don't think Cam would do good in Indianapolis. That's just a gut feel.
Is it the roster or just a feel?
A feel. I just gotta feel that that's a bad fit. I mean, just the Cam being in Indianapolis, the fans. Nothing against the fans, but it just don't. When you have a certain quarterback that got, I hate using this word, a quarterback that kind of has that attitude or swag. I don't think it'll fit for Indianapolis. Dallas, obviously, yes, but not Indianapolis.
I still see the Chargers as his landing spot.
Cam to the Chargers.
I still see that happening.
I wouldn't rule it out.
They were talking about.
I know they like Tyrod, but I would not rule it out honestly.
They would talk. So there was a segment today on First Take, and I think they did it on the Get Up too, where they were talking about, do you think Cam Newton is going to be a backup or a starter this year? And it's like he's running out of places to sign. The Patriots seem to be waiting for the very, very last second.
Him being a backup would be a tragedy, honestly.
This only happens.
I can't picture him. It does, and I can't picture him as
a black quarterback. Because
you're right. You're right. You see what happened to Nick Foles just now. You see what happened to Ryan Tannehill just now.
Yeah, they're able to make ways for them, but
think about this.
Kirk Cousins just got a 2-year extension.
I'm gonna give y'all a perfect
Bills. Kirk Cousins just got a 2-year extension on a guaranteed contract.
I'll give you one
worse.
worse.
Look at Cam Newton.
I'll give you one worse. I'll give you a situation that's exactly like Cam Newton's, except Cam Newton's isn't working out for him right now. Remember Chad Pennington throwing his fucking arm out? And the Dolphins threw him all that money?
Yep.
And Cam Newton can't find a job right now. He's a fucking league MVP.
Like I said, I got a problem with his overthrowing, but he does not deserve to sit on the bench.
That's the only problem I have with him. It's just
I do not believe he should be. I do not believe he should be on the bench. I will say that.
To me, it's that stigma that I'm like, even though you see the league is being taken over by the athletic black QB, but it's just like.
That's another reason
he's the ultimate one. If you think about it, he was the first one that really grew into that mold. So it's just like you can still have the original, and he's just not as accurate as he once was.
Yeah, but I think Jerry Jones will probably get him because he's cheap, and I can see Dak possibly leave. It could be vice versa. Cam to the Dolphins or Dak to the Dolphins, and one to the Cowboys.
What do y'all think about Cam swallowing his pride and saying, "Fuck it, I'll go to the Buccaneers and be a backup to Brady because I know he'll be gone in 2 years"?
No, I don't see that.
I don't know.
I don't see it. I just don't see Cam sitting on the bench. I don't.
I mean, at this point, it kind of looks like wherever he goes, that's going to be the case. Because the first question is what teams need a starting quarterback, and really the only one that I can come up with is Miami.
DJ also said something about he also said something about the Redskins.
Yeah, but
and to be honest with you, what I said last episode would not be a bad fit either. I know Sam Darnold is up there at the Jets. If Cam Newton goes to the Jets, that would be a good fit for him too.
Well, here's a question for the Redskins. Are y'all sure y'all taking Chase Young?
See, that's what
the Falcons made interest to move up to trade with you guys.
See, here's the thing. It depends on who you listen to. If you listen to the Redskins Twitter and the media, there's a notion that there's a trade down in order.
Right.
But if you go based on their need, because you have Ryan Kerrigan that's on the last year of his contract, he's going to play this year or whatever. They can cut him and it'll be no harm, no foul. They need a pass rusher. They switched to the 4-3. They're going to need him.
Really need him then.
Because they still have...
I didn't know that. I didn't know they went to 4-3.
Because they still have Tua going 5th in the mock draft, which is to Miami.
Right.
But it's weird because I thought that would be only based on him not being right. But looking at this latest footage, it's like
he looks good. Tua straight.
He looks good. So they got Derek Brown from Auburn going 3rd. They got Chase Young going 2nd, and they got Burrow going 1st. Obviously, Burrow's not going to move. But it's just interesting to me that, of course, the Giants don't need a quarterback, but maybe I don't know. It's like, how many years does Matt Stafford have left? You would think maybe the Lions would say, we'll trade the 3rd pick away, and then shit might get interesting. But, I mean, if Chase Young's a no-brainer there, then, yeah, Cam Newton might be the move.
Yeah, because here's the other thing, and, we've done this twice with rookie quarterbacks. I would throw Kirk Cousins in there, too.
Y'all give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Gotcha. That we stunted Griffin's growth. Well, injuries did that mostly, but, as far as drafting another quarterback behind him, that was a way of stunting and creating doubt in that situation. And it's always a situation in DC recently, specifically with black quarterbacks, where there's always some sort of doubt. It can be immaturity based or whatever. There's always some doubt coming from the fans, particularly ones out there in the boonies in Virginia, and coming from management surrounding a black QB. I'm like, shoot, technically it was like that even when Doug Williams was even there. I'm like, Jay Schrader, there were some people that staked their claim to Jay Schrader over Doug Williams when Joe Gibbs made that switch. So
I mean, I'm just looking at the situation with Cam Newton, and it's I guess I would say a bit alarming that teams aren't even like he's a former MVP. That was what? Just 3 short seasons ago, 4?
3 or 4 seasons ago, yeah.
And nobody is really emerging as the favorite. I mean, right now they have the Redskins as the favorite. Broncos and Pats are tied for second. Dolphins are third. Chargers are fourth.
Oh, as far as
odds to get him, I guess. So I mean, if he ends up on the Redskins, it just
see the only thing I would be against him being on. I could see him being on the Redskins, but I would be against it because one, you have Alex Smith, even though he's not playing, that's the guy you want. To me, for Dwayne Haskins' playing style, that's the guy you want to mentor your quarterback is Alex Smith, not Cam Newton. So I'm all about nurturing the young quarterback, black or white, whatever, because this organization keeps doing it to our young quarterbacks. Because in a way, even though it didn't really stop Kirk Cousins, they did it to Cousins too. They didn't do it with, oh, we got another quarterback to possibly take your spot. They did it with, oh, we don't believe that you're worth this much, even though you threw for like 29 touchdown passes and led us to the playoffs and in this hot streak, and then threw almost 20, and then been consistent even as you played on the, well, obviously once he got to Minnesota, but his play has been his reason why he should have stayed with the Redskins, not him staying with the Redskins, why the Redskins should have kept him in the first place. And the organization keeps fumbling those deals.
Yeah, so
all right, there we go. I unplugged my mic on accident. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's cool. But yeah, it's gonna be very interesting with Cam because it's like I said, it's a bit alarming that he gets released, and then here's the thing, and here's the other thing.
To me, I'm gonna be honest. It wasn't. I'm gonna be honest. It wasn't that alarming that he got released because when
no, not that he got released.
Yeah, when that backup started playing good, I was like, look, they're not going back to Cam. It's not because Cam is bad. It's just that I think the well just ran dry.
Here's my issue. You knew you were not keeping Cam Newton, and you sat and waited for the places he could go to dry up, and then you release him. Hell, his replacement you traded away before you released him. Kyle Allen's gone. He's on another team.
Yeah. True.
So that's the fucked up part to me.
And that's the thing. Kyle Allen is on the Redskins as we speak.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would totally eliminate Cam Newton from going to Washington.
It's crazy. Well, I mean, not based on these reports.
Well, like I said, it always
maybe they're not that high on Kyle Allen.
Well, remember I've been watching Redskins Twitter. I kind of roasted them this past Tuesday.
That's all.
But it's just like no one has any type of source and any type of idea what's going on in Redskins. Maybe a few people, maybe one or two, but everybody's just right now just going for clicks, trying to see. So trying to throw out any scenario just to get eyes on their, article or their website or their tweet. And it's just like it's just crazy. It's definitely one of those things where.
All right, I'm gonna go. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where it's like, if it's a regular person on Twitter throwing their thoughts, no. If it's somebody in the local media, I would have to say the same thing. Yeah, I don't know about that. I would just stick to what the first thing is that draft wise, we're gonna get Chase Young. And what I'm seeing now, And what I'm hearing from Ron Rivera directly is that they're going to commit to Dwayne Haskins, and by doing that, they went and got Kyle Allen, who showed he could be a solid backup, but not a true starter.
And that's not a bad move. I mean, Dwayne Haskins only in his second year. It's not like we looking at a Josh Rosen situation. It's cool,
right?
But
it's just that other folks are trying to make it.
Wait,
that it isn't.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What?
This person's an idiot.
Who are you talking about?
So there's this dummy on Twitter. I typed in Cam Newton's name to the search bar just to see what was popping up.
Oh boy.
So this idiot says, "Why the fuck am I seeing Cam Newton to San Francisco as a starter/backup? 49ers already have the backup QB solidified. At this stage of Newton's career, Jimmy G is better than Newton, and Nick Mullins is better than Newton. Let me tell you something. Neither one of them are better than Newton.
I don't think they're better than Newton, but I don't think there's a reason to send him to the 49ers.
But it's not even about that. I'm more so on just like the insult to Cam Newton that's happening right now. Like, this motherfucker was an MVP caliber player just 2 years ago. If you skip over last season,
yeah,
he gets injured, and all of a sudden he's trash. Like, these people are black quarterbacks, man.
Because remember, when his injury to went into his shoulder or his hip?
Yeah, it was to his. He had an ankle problem.
He's
playing hurt. He's playing extremely hurt. They had one of the worst lines in the league.
Like I said, I don't think that
before they retooled it.
Like Poole said, like it's a deserved insult. I don't think it's a deserved insult on that level, but I just don't think Cam Newton.
It's a well-deserved insult.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I more believe that is Cam is limited at this point because of the fact that he has to show improve, and the fact he has to show improve, it's not too many teams need to clamor for him right now. Like I said, he needs to go to a place where it's going to be him playing in a new environment. He does not need to be a backup. The moment
but the Panthers created this perception that has basically they've created the perception that we were going to wait. Most people assume that they would just say, look, we're moving on from Cam, right? But instead, they wait for the entire free agency period, basically, with all the quarterbacks and all the teams that need quarterbacks to dry up, and then they release him. So now he has nowhere to go.
And see, that's the problem. It's like, the thing is, we saw the writing on the wall mid-season. It's like, if this gets to the point, soon as the season over, trade him or get rid of him then. Don't wait until everybody makes a move, and then all of a sudden you're going to let him go.
And then you say, oh, well, we're letting Cam Newton go and explore a trade. Motherfucker.
You said that at the same time while you were signing Teddy Bridgewater.
Right. Like, what do you, like...
You know, that's the part that had me, kind of thinking, like, what the hell is going on?
They were pleading the fifth in the media about Cam Newton for the longest time.
All three of us knew, and everybody who's been following the Panthers for the most part knew that Cam Newton wasn't coming back in some form. It wasn't happening. With that being said, like I said, as soon as week 16 is over, let the man go. Don't wait until the middle of free agency, didn't sign a quarterback.
After everybody signed, Phillip Rivers. I mean, shit.
Right.
Quarterbacks that had no business getting signed.
Right. Then you're going to wait and sign a quarterback, and on the same day you sign Teddy Bridgewater saying, oh, we're going to let him explore his options. No.
Signed an XFL quarterback.
Right. It's like, no, you don't do it like that. At least give the man a chance to explore.
It's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up. It's very fucked up, yo.
I agree. I totally agree.
Just a little bit of randomness. Check your Twitter DMs.
Oh boy.
You want to?
Right,
just
what you got on Twitter?
And if we can possibly show this.
What is this? I'm so fucking dumb.
Man,
you know what? I ain't got nothing to say about that.
I'm so done.
I'm like, well, it's not like they can do it in stores anymore.
No, this is what happens when you've been in quarantine for too goddamn long.
Yeah,
the mayor or the governor of their state need to say, you know what, y'all go back and do whatever y'all want to do.
Oh hell no!
This gets to the point where this is when you know you've been at home for too fucking long.
These motherfuckers are wasting 2 good mattresses. Okay, I'm done. I just watched the end.
I'm good. Anyway, who's Who's hyped about Nintendo Direct?
Not a soul.
Me? No, I'm not. We're gonna talk about
aren't they under some sort of a shortage?
Shortage of what? Like Switches?
I thought I've read somewhere there's a shortage. I'll look at it.
Nintendo is the last company to need a shortage of anything. You see how the NES Mini happened? It's like shit. All of a sudden, shit just skyrockets.
To a mini shortage. Okay.
God, the Nintendo Mini had a shortage.
I mean, the jokes write themselves.
Yeah, I know, right? But I'm not trying to go there. But you know what I mean.
Nintendo fans were torn over today's Nintendo Direct Mini.
Yeah,
nope. Where to buy a Nintendo Switch right now? Since there's a shortage, I'm gonna see if I can.
I don't.
That's GameSpot article.
Okay, so there's a Switch shortage. Okay, I didn't know that. I mean, I have no intention to buy one until Bayonetta 3 comes out, and I'm going to play Bayonetta 3.
I had no intentions to buy it anyway.
I want to play Bayonetta 3, and then after that, I'm probably selling it or something. I just want to play that one game. Nintendo had a surprise Direct Mini today. This is what you missed. Let's see. They revealed Panzer Dragoon Remake. If anybody played the game on a Saturn, that is the Sega Saturn Classic. Jedi Knight, Jet Academy is another one they revealed. Let's see anything else. Some 2K franchises, the Borderlands and BioShock. Their game's going to be on the Switch. Burnout Remastered. It's a bunch of little older games. Xenoblade Chronicles.
It's Nintendo.
Saints Row 4. Man. These are some straight up old ass games for real. Hey, yo, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm going to be straight up. You goddamn guys who've been hyping this shit up and the reason why this shit is in the title, because I thought some good shit was going to be on here.
Man, where's that Google Stadia when you need it?
Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up.
Did I not say in the beginning of this podcast I thought some good shit was coming out?
You did?
Did I not say that?
Wait. So you mean to tell me you didn't read it before you?
That's
what that's telling me.
I did not, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I wanted to be legitimately surprised. I wanted to be surprised when this came up.
You ain't pleasantly surprised right now. I'll tell you that much.
No, I didn't want to, because if I knew what it was, but probably this wouldn't even been a topic. Dead serious. I thought it was gonna be some hot shit because they
talk about here's what you missed.
Yeah, we missed
you missed shit.
The 3-year, 4-year
games I played when.
Man, they missed this is what they missed. They missed 10 years, 10, 15 years worth of gaming.
Right. Yeah, here's what you missed. We missed games that we played when fucking Shaq was on the Lakers.
The damn Nintendo execs was waking up out of a coma.
Bro, the
15 years later.
The Borderlands and BioShock games, those are games from the PS3 era, bro.
Burnout Paradise Remastered.
Now, don't get me wrong. Burnout Paradise is a good game.
And they probably playing at 30
frames. And I'm going to be honest with you. I thought Burnout, the remastered version, was already on the Switch. I didn't even know they were doing it. Xenoblade Chronicles. Okay, I get that. That's a Nintendo. That's a Nintendo game. I get that. Xenoblade, I get it.
Saints Row
4. Saints Row 4 is another PS3 game.
Man.
Now, one thing I think every console should get the Panzer Dragoon remake. Now, I love the Saturn, and I love old games coming back as remastered from anything from that era. I like that. I will give them credit for that. Panzer Dragoon is a classic. But all this other shit, this is bullshit.
Why don't they just put fucking Mario Tennis from the original Game Boy on the bitch at this point?
Right, you might as well. You know what?
Put fucking Donkey Kong on there.
No, wait a minute. I'm like, if you
put Donkey Kong on there, I'll play it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised. They do have a virtual or a old school digital store. They might have the game already on the Switch, but it's just. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually disappointed in this. I'm sorry, y'all, for even wasting y'all time. I honestly thought this was gonna be some good shit on it.
You need to apologize to yourself.
I already did. Yo, I'm mad at this. Seriously, Panzer. The only thing to get kudos for is Panzer Dragoon remake. I love Panzer
Dragoon. Blind leading the blind.
But
Damn, I would have been led better.
Connect to the future with this remaster. How the fuck you gonna connect to the future with the past?
Hold on, what
Get the fuck out of it. Because I went to the actual site where the Nintendo Direct mini like the page where they're talking about shit, and I'm just looking at them like nobody gives a fuck. Like there's nothing here that excites me.
I understand, Sega and Nintendo must got a deal for the remake to be on exclusively on
3 of 2K's most beloved series. Get the fuck out.
Nobody cares about. Look, if you was telling me Borderlands 3 was coming to the Switch, okay, because Borderlands 3 is actually good, but 1 and 2, I don't care about 1 and 2 no more. Like BioShock, I can give two shits about BioShock either. I mean, they're good games, but I can give two shits about it.
Like I said, put Donkey Kong on there, I'll play it.
Yo, I feel like I could have been led into this topic better from Jameis Winston than VF right now.
I know, right?
Yeah, I don't care. Fuck y'all. I'm upset.
You stuck it in there. It was like...
It is like Burnout, and I got another thing. Does Burnout Paradise run at 60 frames? Because I can't remember not one Burnout game that did not run at 60 frames. And we already know
find one now.
And we already know the Switch limitations. If the Burnout game is running at 30, that you should get your money back.
Oh, well, I guess Japan should be excited. There was one extra game announced in Japan. Oh my god.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Japan, they just love Nintendo products regardless.
Of course.
Japan just buy their shit. Like, get this shit off the screen.
Get a look at healthcare's future.
Sorry, Dollar Jr. I know you love the fucking Switch. King David or David King Creates. Like I know you love the Switch, but this is ass. I'm sorry. Y'all can damage control this shit all you want. I'm mad. I'm pissed off. I'm mad about this shit. And I know everybody loving that Animal Crossing game, which I never played Animal Crossing. No, I never played
And me and DJ can't get this time back.
Yeah, I can't either. Shit, what the fuck you mean?
Well, no, you planned it, goddamn it. What do I care about you getting your time back?
It was like your surprise became our surprise.
Right.
Like, surprise, bitch.
Right. That's like if us three are in a car and VF like, we about to go rob this bank. Like, I didn't know he's robbing a bank. I didn't either. Like, what the fuck?
So not only would we have lost time, we would have served time.
Right. Shit, we probably got a better chance of robbing a bank and getting away with it and to be happy than compared to listening to this shit right here. We just
we pull up to the nearest bank. VF, y'all ready? Like, what do you mean you ready?
What?
We about to rob a bank. I didn't know we gonna rob a bank. And VF, I didn't either. What the fuck you mean I didn't either? Oh my god.
I'm like, yo, where's Bayonetta 3? I just want to play that. And that's it. That's all.
Put Donkey Kong in fucking the original Nintendo's Mario Tennis or whatever the fuck from the original Game Boy. I'm talking about that fucking gray brick, the first original one. And I'll play it.
The one where Donkey Kong back there with Tetris on.
Nintendo.
I'm mad. I'm pissed.
You got nobody to be mad at but yourself.
Shut up. Yo, BioShock and Borderlands. Yo, you know what? Who said it perfectly right here? I love the Switch. Port your 3DS Wii U. Definitely. Well, the Wii U games, most of the Wii U games are already on the Switch, but the GameCube games, absolutely. If they start putting GameCube games on the Switch, I may even consider buying it.
The only thing I ever played on the GameCube was that wrestling game that they had. What was it? WrestleMania
18 or something like that.
Yeah, like X8 or some shit.
Yeah, that's 18.
WrestleMania 10 or yeah. It was.
Yeah, it was WrestleMania 18.
It was 18. Yeah, 18.
I never owned one. I just played it in my cousin's house.
Yeah,
I was never a Nintendo fan.
I just need No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, and WCW versus NWO.
Oh, the N64 one, yeah.
And
some people don't know, man.
I want fucking In Your House, and I want WrestleMania arcade game, and I'll be good.
Yeah, just think if they could remake those games.
I don't see why not.
Acclaim needs to put that shit back out.
Acclaim did the ones Bill's talking about. THQ did the ones that DJ's talking about.
Right.
THQ or
THQ with a key.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, they said whatchamacallit, a key's gonna be on the new AEW game.
Really?
That's gonna be nice.
Okay. Well, THQ.
So they're gonna reveal some details. I guess soon.
That's interesting. Anything else y'all got?
There's another wrestling game apparently just coming out. I think Sports Gamer Online. the people that exposed Ryan Moody.
Never forget that. He did it. With the one hand in glitch with Shaquem Griffin.
Where he thought it was a glitch that a guy that legitimately only has one hand. Yeah, that
graphical presentation here.
Right. Yeah, that's time. They talked about another wrestling game. I guess is coming out for next gen consoles. So y'all can check that out on the page.
There's supposed to be like some football game coming out too. That's not the Smoothie Kings on. It's supposed to be coming out too.
Wow.
I can't find that game.
With the news with 2K Sports, anything related to him should be dead.
Yo, what if Cal Anderson's working with 2K?
We need that Cal Anderson slander, yo. He needs to keep pushing that game.
Nah, you know what's gonna happen? April 1st, 2K is gonna come out with the craziest April Fool's joke ever, yo. They're gonna have all the devs be the people. They're gonna have all the devs be the people who were like had failed football games and shit and broken promises. They're gonna have Damon Grove pull up like, I'm guessing you're wondering why we all called you here. Fucking Cal Anderson making smoothies in the background.
Right. Here's the game right here.
And getting buying stocks.
This is like fucking Lego football,
need
bro.
To buy some fucking Rogaine.
No, look at this. This is like Lego football.
Where were you looking at?
Well, yeah.
This is like Lego football, bro. Look at this shit.
Wait a minute, is this his latest? Wait a minute,
what's this fucking Pee-wee football? This motherfucker made Pop 1 in 2021.
Wait, hold up. He went from hold up.
Yeah, this dude may be a child predator. He went from adults all the way down to.
Wait a minute,
it's called Rivals, a new indie football game prototype available to play now. Closed alpha could be released in April.
I'll tell you what, it's not going to rival any of the fucking games that we're going to be playing next year.
Wait, hold up. Who's making this? And this?
I'm about to find out. I'm going to Operation Sports to find out.
Yeah, because I thought we were still slandering Kyle Anderson.
I thought too, yeah.
That's why I was laughing. I was like, wait a minute.
It's some
yeah, we need to see this in motion.
It's a game developer called 26K.
Oh boy!
And they're making it.
So they couldn't be 2K, so they put the 6 in the middle.
Here's some gameplay.
Wait a minute, hold up!
Oh, look at him! He passed the ball.
Wait, wait a minute! I'm not gonna hold you, yo. I'm not gonna hold you. This is better than Cal Anderson's game, though. Yo, you can't say it's not. This is better than Cal Anderson's game.
Yo, hey, look at the pass trajectory. That shit is bomb.
Yo, Cal Anderson didn't have no diving catches.
Oh, wait, hold up. The pass trajectory is better than Madden.
Oh, yo, let me tell you something. That pass trajectory rival Madden 04 right there. Shit.
Look at the pass trajectory, bro. Look how he passed the ball,
Run it back. Yo, when that dude ran over that defender, that shit was like Madden from back in the day before they had truck stick, where you just had to run into somebody.
Look at that juke move, though. Look at that juke move right here. Look at that. Oh, look at that juke move. Here go again. Oh, look at that juke move. Here go one more time.
You talking about the ball going through the bat? That motherfucker's body went through the defender's body on that juke. Oh my god. Yo, look at that.
Did you see that tip catch though?
I was about to say we didn't even have that shit in Madden a couple years ago, that tip catch.
It's like the baseball went off first base.
And it wasn't a canned animation either. That was legit. Ooh, look at that juke move, yo.
Yo.
Well,
they had that Saquon Barkley come and mocap this.
Hold up. I got to be serious for a second. That blocking logic.
Oh yeah, let me look. I didn't even look at it.
Let's go back and run that again.
Yeah, that blocking logic.
It's not that. It's
not
that bad.
Mechanically,
they kind of. Yo, you see how they standing around because they already pancake everybody like somebody else coming. Yo, run it back to the beginning. Yo, they pancaked everybody and just stood there like any other motherfuckers want it.
Hold on. Wait, I saw something drop on their own.
That play right there, the tip pass play. Yo, they was looking like anybody else want it.
Wait, hold on.
No. That one right there.
But wait a minute. But on the other side of that blocking logic, you seen something just drop on their own.
Yeah, I did.
Just fall out, yeah.
Maybe that's just how the animation goes when they win.
It's like I'm tired.
I'm gonna be honest. We can look at this game and tell it has limitations.
They're all blocky characters that don't jump or dive.
But here's the thing,
they
though.
slide everywhere. They slide when they
For how limited it is, no bullshit, that pass trajectory, those pass trajectories are pretty good.
I'm not going to say the game looks bad. I'm not going to say the game looks good. I see where they're coming from.
Damn, they do
good. Because when you look at other indie games, you see other indie games, and they're trying their best to be a full-on
drone animation ain't bad.
Like, you can see, like, you can tell,
like, got 2 motions.
Yeah, but sir, like, you see where other games try to be a full-on sim. This game, you can look at this game and tell it's not taking itself serious. Like, you look at Cal Anderson shit, he's trying his best to say, like, yo, this is going to be a Madden killer.
He's been trying to be serious
about
his game from the very beginning.
Right.
Let me tell you something. He can't even compete against that game. That game's better than his shit. Leaps and bounds better.
And even when you look at, no disrespect to Axis, because Axis knew their limitations, you can see that they were overly ambitious with their game.
Well, they also went with the commentator. So
right. So you knew they were trying to go for a high they went to a high bar. They kind of set themselves up for a high bar. This game here is like, look, this is what we got, and we're just going to run with it.
I'm not gonna lie, I will play that.
Yeah, because I mean, this looks like a game that you could play in really small spurts and not even feel like you're trying to be, playing a Madden alternative.
I would actually play that. Like, no bullshit, I would actually play that. Like, I'm not even lying.
I don't think the game. My thing about this game, the game knows what it is. It legitimately knows what it is. I mean, it was funny to look at the throwing animations and stuff and some of the stuff, but when you really look at it, you can tell, like, okay, this game knows what it's trying to be, and it's not trying to be something that with Axis or Cal or Damon Grove for that matter, what they trying to do. They know that they're just, okay, this is some low budget shit, and we're just going to put it out there. And,
that's crazy.
I give it respect for that. They're not, because we never even heard of them trying to say they're trying to be in a football space. They're just like, look, we're just gonna put this game out.
Wait,
so I mean, I never heard of 26K.
Nah, I was just reading something on Twitter because along with MLB doing their virtual simulations opening day, Comcast Sports Network, NBC Sports, they did their virtual thing with the hockey again, and they actually interviewed Lars Ellers after the Capitals had beaten the Rangers.
I don't know why I thought you was about to say Lars Sullivan.
Bills, I got one more question. I got a question for you before we go. In DJ's district of Washington, the Washington D.C. area, they've been playing. They've been simulating NHL and NBA 2K on televised TV because there's been no sports. What do you think about that?
So they're basically just showing like the computer playing?
Yeah.
Well, I know
as far as I know, yeah.
The first the game I recorded that I posted, that was definitely computer versus computer, but the hockey game, that looked like that was player versus player.
So this is what I'll say. It would have been dope if they got a person from the community's rosters and then did the simulation, because you already know how I feel about 2K's default rosters. I think it would be a great representation of the game if it was playing on user sliders, user roster. Then it's like, oh shit, well, this is pretty damn good. It's not quite the NBA, but and then the person gets notoriety for that, and it's more community outreach that way. But still, overall, regardless, it's pretty cool. Okay. I don't mind.
I mean, I thought it was funny when I saw it on the surface, but I turned around and understood it. So
yeah,
because other teams are doing it. It's not. It definitely is not just in our area, because the let's see, the New York media, they did their rendition of opening day with the Mets and the Nationals, and guess what? Nationals won even on that level. So there, take that, Mets, NY Kia.
All right, let's close it out. What you got, Bills?
Well, I have a simple question. Would you rather have a team bang on a barrel?
Hold
on. Let me finish. Would you rather have a team bang on a barrel in their dugout, or would you rather have them have a force field that pulls the ball back into play?
Oh, wow.
If you had to face them, Which would you rather have? That's all I want to know. Because I think I'm going with the what?
No, I got a question in the chat. I'm wait a minute, Pooh. I'm gonna answer that in a second. Go ahead and finish, Bills.
No, I'm saying I want I think I would take the force field instead of facing the Astros.
Oh man, that's messed up, man.
Fuck them damn Astros.
Yo,
I hope you're listening too, Uno.
I know they happy as hell that this coronavirus came up because nobody talking about their ass now.
Nobody can hit and throw at them now
because they were getting plucked.
Yo, they were getting roasted before that virus came to America. Yeah, they
brought it upon themselves, bro.
They really did. Right. And then that dude that kept speaking out tells them, "We're gonna make it to the World Series anyway. We're gonna show you guys. If you don't get you're gonna be the main one getting beanballed every time."
I hope all y'all motherfuckers get kept out of the Hall of Fame the way Barry Bonds has. Despite the fact he had a Hall of Fame career before the steroids, and everybody wanted to.
What you got, DJ?
You got this footage playing still? Oh wait, maybe my stream is.
I think you're watching the YouTube.
I was on the YouTube. I'm like, you still got this footage playing?
No, I ain't got it. It's supposed to be still running.
Oh man.
What you got, DJ?
PSA for all those people that are trying to hype up All Pro Football 2K8 again, and again in wake of the news with 2K getting back into the football. You got a lot of ammunition, but what's gonna happen when there's no gun to use the ammunition with? Damn, I'm like, see, this is what happens when you turn 40. You start tripping over your words and sounding like VF every now and then.
Go. Shut up.
Wow. And just as you said that, I pulled up an article that says NFL 2K23 could be the game that gives sim football fans what they want.
Brian Mazik. Whoever made that,
Brian Mazik.
Thank you, Brian Mazik. You're like 3 weeks late. You been said that.
He put it out on the 16th,
I swear people be listening to our podcast and still on our shit.
Bro, that's why you know we're the black sheep of the community.
You know that.
But they like stealing from us, though.
You know that. That's true.
Matter of fact, what's going on at TSS?
We'll see that once we finish. Pooh said, "VF, have you?"
Hold on, real quick. Okay, so I'm looking at this tweet that he had in the article. I didn't know the NFL was talking to other companies about when EA's deal expires.
Yeah, they were talking to various companies. I don't know who, but 2K basically, apparently, was the one that stepped up in that.
This is like 2003, 2004, all over.
Yeah, it says EA's deal expires at the end of 2021 season. Sources say NFL is talking to others as well.
Right, they are.
Oof.
But they haven't said who. The only reason why I said is that 2K is the only one.
Please don't be fucking Sony.
Yeah, man, we can get field goals that go through the field goal goalposts and come back.
I take football way more seriously. I'll kill somebody.
I just want whoever is gonna make. Obviously, 2K would be the next one, but whoever makes a football game, please consider the environment around the sport.
2K. Sony gonna have a game that field gonna go through the goalpost and come back through and say it's no good.
You know what? That actually did happen in real life.
No, I'm talking about just like how that home run did.
I think that happened in a Baltimore game.
No, it's gonna do just like how that home run did.
Yeah, this feels like 1996 all over again. We got wrestling companies competing. Might be on the verge of having football companies
and
football games competing.
And NBA Live need to get their shit together.
Yeah,
because I would like to see more than one. Because don't get me wrong, I like 2K20,
but yeah,
they've been radio silent
since like November, bro.
Dude,
yeah,
November.
I think that was their last tweet or something.
And what did they say?
They've been doing
we'll be back.
We'll be back.
They've been doing their high stepping along with IMV Gaming.
Pooh said, "VF, have you gone back to play Splinter Cell recently?" No, but the best Splinter Cells are on original Xbox. And he also said he liked the old ones 1 through 3 to Conviction. I like Conviction. The ones on original Xbox is the one. The ones on original Xbox is the ones you need to play.
Yeah, I liked all of them.
I liked all of them too. Don't get me wrong, But you need, if you can't get the ones on the original Xbox, get the ones I think is on the PS3 trilogy, the HD versions of them. Those three.
You're gonna be hard pressed to find Pandora Tomorrow, which is the second one.
Yeah.
You're gonna be hard pressed because from what I remember hearing is that because it was done by Ubisoft Shanghai instead of Montreal, the code for it keeps the game in a current state that it could only be played in, the original Xbox.
Right. I have them. I have them on the original Xbox.
Like you have to have something that unlocks a certain code so you can play it on a PC or whatnot. Because I was looking for it originally.
Because see, I got the PC version when I went to go buy when I built my first PC. They had the physical PC version at Micro Center I just bought it because it was like $7. So I have that. I also have the original Xbox ones, and I bought the HD trilogy ones that's on the PS3. So I got plenty of Splinter Cell. Personally, Blacklist, I love Splinter Cell Blacklist. It's a great game. That one and Conviction are probably like my two favorites. But I have played all of them. I don't have anything else. What, DJ, did you do your outro?
I tripped over mine, so yeah, that was my outro.
Somebody find NBA 2K7 on the 360 for me and send me that shit. That's it. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Thanks everybody for watching, man. Another great episode. We got the trio here, and we did a damn good episode, guys. I think this was funny as shit.
Yeah, it was a loaded episode.
Yeah, there were a lot.
It was really a loaded one.
It was loaded with roasts.
Yeah, it really was. Y'all, man, I don't even want to respond back.
World War III almost broke out on this
shitty ass Nintendo Direct.
Right. Somebody just text me, asking me. Nope, I'm not that person. Wrong number. Well, anyway,
some chick texted him. I thought you was gonna eat my ass.
No. Y'all stupid, man. Y'all going to hell.
Oh, you should. Was it a chick though?
No. Somebody asking is this?
That's what they were doing. They were asking.
No. So somebody asking somebody named Dennis. Some guy named Dennis.
Where you go by code name now?
I don't know anybody. You know what's funny? I don't know anybody personally named Dennis.
No, me neither. I was like,
I've never met anybody that knows anybody named Dennis. Dennis is like, I don't know. Maybe it's a white name.
Yeah, I don't know. He said, "Is this Dennis?" I'm like, nope. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming through another.
You're gonna need a dentist if you're eating ass. That's all I know.
You need more than that. Catch Corona doing that shit.
Corona.
You're gonna need a Catholic priest. That's
gonna be going to the doctor. What happened, man? I got Corona.
Yo, if you can catch Corona from eating ass.
Apparently those spring break kids did. Did you see the video of them on there?
Yeah, I saw that.
They were drinking beer out of their ass and shit, and all the kids got Corona.
Good. Fucking idiots.
They was like, damn, we weren't just drinking it.
No, they got the ass Rona.
Well, and then that one guy that was licking the toilets, and he
oh man, let's go. I'm done. Yo, they got people out there licking toilets. They're actually licking deodorant.
And he got caught, and he came down with it.
Yeah, he got. It was that YouTuber. He was like doing a coronavirus.
And they had the nerve to videotape it like, I got the corona. Of course you did. You look in a fucking toilet.
Yo, he shouldn't even get a bed at the hospital for that dumb shit. They shouldn't have that sit in the waiting room.
Motherfucker got the diaronavirus.
The diarona? Yeah, there you go. Diarona. That's a good
diaronavirus.
Diaronavirus. The fuck wrong with these goddamn people? What the fuck is going on in the world, man? Hey, did you hear about that guy who coughed on the lady in the at the grocery store?
Oh, I fucking know.
He coughed on the lady at the grocery store talking about he had corona.
Nah.
He got arrested for that shit.
Nah, fuck that.
He would have had to die.
Yeah,
nah, bro. We ain't playing out here with that shit.
Yeah, jail would have been a safe place for his ass.
These bitches thought it was funny when Ariana Grande licked that fucking donut and put it back.
What is wrong
Nasty
with these people,
bitch.
man?
I tell you what, prison ain't even safe. You know, people are Rikers.
They about to start letting motherfuckers out. Yo, you know Tekashi tried to register for that shit.
Him and Weinstein.
They's like, nah, keep your rainbow haired ass in there.
Didn't Weinstein test positive?
Yeah, I think Weinstein test positive for Rona.
Good. Because basically the quote line from the Joker, he got what he fucking deserved.
Yeah, he got the Rona.
I wonder if Bill Cosby got it.
Probably man, don't do that to that man. Come on, man.
They probably put it in the Jello pudding.
I would like to see the doctor about the corona virus. Stop.
Thank you guys for coming through for this podcast. It's been a great one. Catch us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play. Spotify is about to get the Rona if they don't give me this goddamn.
I was about to say. I was thinking
they gonna get the Rona if they don't goddamn approve us on
the E-Rona. That's what they gonna get, the E-Rona.
The E-Rona.
Shit, yeah, they with the E-Rona.
Oh shit, man!
Cause we need to get our podcast on there. Got people asking for it to be on Spotify, and I done put it for it twice. But catch us there, spread the word, let everybody know we're doing our thing over here. Appreciate everybody coming through. No updates for me. I'm probably going to buy another original Xbox tomorrow, and I can continue to stream the teams. I talked to the guy already. He said he got one. He got a bunch of them. He'll probably give me a good deal. Hopefully I can get like one for like $5, trying to get a quick discount on the console. But other than that, everything's good. Thank you, everybody, for all the support. Seriously, I mean, we got people that I haven't even heard of tweeting our podcast and talking about we're their top 5 and stuff, and I didn't even know,
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you saw that, right? Like, came out of nowhere. I don't even know, dude, and we're his top 5 podcast. So the word is getting out, so that's cool. And we just appreciate it. And Tuesday we'll be back with some more stuff and more topics, and y'all guys be safe, man. Don't be coughing on people. And if somebody cough on you,
social distancing.
Wash your hands and wash your ass.
Yeah, always. I don't care if the Rona's around. Still wash your ass. Fuck that. And if somebody do cough on you, you have the right to beat the shit out of them.
To fuck them up.
Fuck them up. They get up on you trying to hug you and rub you.
Right now, that's the only
cure.
Body
parts and touch on you, beat their ass. Fuck
damn, really? We weren't talking about all that.
Apparently, that's the only cure to corona.
I think what VF was talking about was closer to rape. Corona's the last thing you should be worried about. The shit he was talking about.
So now we spreading rape on her now? Hey man, y'all have a good night, man. We see y'all next time. We done.
Yeah, I'm sure we are. We're good sure night. To get canceled.
Yo!
The fuck is rape on her?